Hey guys, Ron here. You know that last one I did with the growth hacking, growth hack hashtag. It worked really well. It got followers. Scoomedit, thanks for coming on. It got followers and a lot of favorites, and actually, what it did more than anything is it just got a bunch of people to add me to their list. Colin Watkins, thanks for joining. I think just by using that hashtag, a bunch of people add me to their list on Twitter, and I think that's going to be getting me followers as well. And then the followers turn into more Periscope people. So, I was really big into the growth hacking concept about over the last few years, but I really got into it about a year ago, but then I felt like people didn't really know what it was, so I kind of stopped with that, and then I got really into the headlines, and I really into the copywriting, with the monetizing and everything, and then I've just spent a lot of time with the, Facebook and coming full circle with Hootie Mom. Thanks for coming on, Hootie Mom, and coming full circle here with, Facebook and Twitter again. Mason Snyder, thanks for joining, and for those that don't know me, ronor.com, RONORR.com. I've been around the internet off and on for about 20 years, and before most people even knew what the internet was, I had tried about 5,000 things that just came and gone, and I saw a lot of different things over the years. So, Keita, thanks for joining. Hello, it's me, thanks for joining. I've had to do what I would call process of elimination. Howard's, thanks for joining. And just do process of elimination and just sift through as much data as fast as I can, because there's just so much information out there now that I got to find what I have to deal with social dynamics a lot and figure out what works and what doesn't work. Blake Hermson, I'm glad to see you back again. Thanks for all the hearts on the other broadcast that I did. Oh, looks like Blake may be back. We had another person on here. Blake, thanks for hearts. Kirklam, thanks for joining. So this is the article. I'm going to be doing another one here too, but Uber speeds past Facebook as the quickest to 50 billion value level. It's very interesting. They just did another round of funding for $1 billion, and they just went through hell, I guess, in New York over the last week, where New York wanted to limit how many Uber rides were there. I believe this article will go on to state that Facebook took about 8 years. Janelle James, thanks for coming on. We got a lot of people on now. I believe this article will discuss how Facebook took about 8 years to get up to that $50 billion evaluation, and that Uber did it in only 5 years. And then also, people to keep track of too is Elon Musk. Byron Watts, good to see you on. I think I know you from real estate, and I know you from Facebook as well too. So it looks like Uber did it in 5 years. Thanks for all the hearts, guys. Looks like Facebook did it in 8 years. I'm sorry, Uber did it in 5 years. Has Uber been banned in some places? I thought I heard that they had been banned in some places. I'm not an expert on it. Here's the little bit I know about Uber. Tesla will not be as big as Uber, no way. But here's what's basically gonna happen on that. They say within 20 to 25 years, everything's gonna be self-driving cars, and Tesla's gonna get together with Uber, and they're gonna get together with Google, and they're basically all gonna get together and just have self-driving cars for everybody. And Uber's probably gonna be a very large amount of them, but it's hard to say who's going to really be bigger than anybody else. But yeah, no, you're right. Uber is going to have just sorry you lost connection. Uber is going to have a much larger fleet. And for those not following, Tesla just bought up tons of acres out near Vegas, Nevada, and cannot hear. Sorry, out near Nevada, and they now are going to own the largest factory in the world, or for sure the U.S., but I think the world, and I think it's for making batteries. Tesla's going to be owning that. So everybody's going to be the biggest in one way or another. So Uber did it in 5 years. Took Facebook 8 years to get to that $50 billion valuation. Facebook ended up going, thanks for all the hearts, Facebook ended up going public. as you know, and the article, I believe, goes on to say that Facebook is now worth $260 billion, just to show how much they've... But Facebook also just came up with some new stats. If you look on my Facebook page and check it out, that's it right there, facebook.com/RonOrCom. I did a blog article on it too, because there's some really amazing stats. It had 1.49 billion people, which there's about 3 billion people that are on the internet on Earth. So that's half of the population. Just Rickrolled, Kirkland, thanks for coming back. Sorry about a bad connection there for you. So that's something to keep in mind, how many people. But what the article is actually interesting about too is I have some stats on there, and they talk about their WhatsApp has like 800 million people, Instagram has like 700 million people. They have a very good job. They did a very good job of buying the WhatsApp for the 19 billion with 3 billion in stock options, and then the WhatsApp that they bought it, or I'm sorry, the Instagram that they bought also. They just really like those user databases, and I think part of it is an offensive move. I think part of it is a defensive move. They don't want anyone else to get as big as them. Google does the same thing. That was also why in the early days they wanted to pick up Snapchat, because they saw what kind of user base it had. So, but getting back to this, it's a lot about growth hacking. A lot of companies are growing very quickly nowadays, and that's what this is about. And I started off for you just joining to let you know that when I use the growth hacking and growth hack hashtag, I got a lot of people favoriting it, and I got some followers and all that kind of stuff. So it seems to be a popular topic. I got some chats coming on here, an event coming up today, it looks like, from Buddy. And what else was I going to add? So I'm going to keep on that topic. Here's what I'd like to do, though, too, is I'd like to get into hashtags and headlines with you guys. And when I say headlines, I mean the photos that are part of it. I mean the retweet hashtags, showing up hashtags in the search engine of Twitter, all of that kind of stuff. So here's my blog, ronor.com. You can check many Periscope blog posts on here that you guys can check out, ronor.com. And then also, if you guys haven't checked out catch.me, katch.me/Ronor. Kirk Lem, thanks for coming back on. I'm going to go ahead and put a lot of this together, since there seems to be a lot of popularity on the growth hacking concept. I've been coming full circle with a lot of the things I've been studying, from the SEO over 7 years, and the blogging, and the Twitter and the Facebook, and talking to my growth hacking friends that I talk to, David and Dale, who are off and on here. They are big into growth hacking as well. They've been around the internet for a really long time. Seems to be a really popular topic nowadays, and all of these do come together, in my opinion, and they all connect in the growth hacking concept. And it really comes down, Kita, what is it? Growth hacking it's a good kind of hacking. I wouldn't be the first and best person to ask the exact definition, but as a general rule, Facebook's, the guy that started Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, he has some kind of quote that says something like, just do stuff and break stuff and make things happen, kind of a thing. It's this idea that on the internet, you can just test stuff nonstop, and you can just constantly, it's kind of like life hacks. If you guys have ever seen the show Life Hacks, it's like finding ways, more simple ways and tricks to clean stuff around your house, or pick locks legally, or whatever. It's ways to just find easier ways to do things in much less time. So, for example, a good growth hack would be, somebody might take, take a year to get 1,000 Facebook followers, or Facebook fans. It might take a year to do it, but some guy might be able to teach you how to get 1,000 in like 10 days. Because he just teaches you kind of how to hack your way to get there. He just teaches you some tricks to... It's not necessarily more hours. It doesn't take more hours. It's just looking at it from a different perspective. And that's how a lot of these companies are growing so quickly nowadays. For those who are on one of my previous videos, if you go to YouTube and type in the path to 1 billion, there's a Facebook video, and I can't pronounce his name, but and I think he's Indian. He's from the head developer of Facebook, and they basically said They got 7. If you could get people 7 friends in 10 days, that was the trick. That was like the main trick, and they have entire development teams on there now. Organic user-based growth. Thanks for that. Yes, I would agree with that. I'm bigger into the organic stuff because there's a natural social dynamics to it when that happens. But for example, Facebook, went on their path, and they get to a point where they just say, okay, well, we're getting hundreds of millions of people, but how do we keep growing? And that's where growth hacking comes in, because you don't want to slow down. So you got to keep coming up with new methods. And so what they basically said is, we had some people on the head team, and they found out for those new accounts, if we can get them to get 7 friends within 10 days, that was the magic formula. And he goes, that's it. It's that simple. He goes, now we have entire teams that work on nothing but that, figuring out how to simplify that. And so that would be like a growth hacking type of thing. Really simple type stuff is if you want somebody to like fill out 16 items on a form, like their name and phone number and all that stuff before they sign up to an account. You're probably not going to ask all of that on the first page. You're probably going to say, hey, give me your username and password that you want to create an account. And then people do that. And then after they do that, it's kind of like, thanks. Oh, by the way, we need 10 other items. But they get you to sign up to an account first, so you feel like you're committed into it, that user interface, and then they ask you for more questions. But here's the thing, is when they ask you for those more questions, they might get more answers to those questions a day from now or a week from now or a month from now. But they did a growth hack method where they were able to break it down into smaller steps so that they got your email, so they were able to keep in touch with you. That would be like a really simple one, and that's been kind of going on for 15, 20 years, but you can just imagine like another 20,000 different types. Another one would just be like putting a hashtag in one of these headlines, and then this goes into Twitter, and then Twitter's hashtag shows up in the search results, and then people find it in the search results, and then you get more people on your periscope. So you're basically just going through the work of doing the same thing you normally would do as a headline for this, but then why not just put a hashtag in there at the same time? So I'm going to do some more today for the growth hacking, and I got lots of other ideas for you guys since this seems to be a popular topic, and I'll just catch you guys